I personally think that Papoose is trying to set Remy up to go back into prison. Listen to me and my breakdown because I have a high level of spiritual discernment. I'm not a Remy Ma fan, never been a fan of her music. I do believe she's highly narcissistic and she has bully like behaviors. But we're talking about Papoose. I think he's more sneakier, more strategic, and he knows how to play the long game. And he's the dangerous type of covert narcissist that could really do damage to a woman. So after listening to both of them go live and talk about each other and air each other's dirt out, I honestly believe he wants to put her back in prison. And I'll tell you why. When Remy was locked up, she gave him power of attorney, allegedly, and she was paying rent. She was paying the bills with her royalty checks from prison. She poured all her faith into Papoose, running things outside of prison, holding things down. Now, do you think Papoose would have been there for her had no money been involved? Had it been a regular situation where she was not a rapper, getting, major royalty checks, paying bills, do you think he would have stayed by her side? No, he stayed by her side because that money was coming in. She made shit comfortable financially for him. So yeah, of course he's going to ride or die and play the long game with her. Take money out of that equation and would Pap still ride or die for her? I question his character when it comes down to money. Because Remy said he had a gambling addiction and he's a user. And the only thing that he's good for, helping her write her raps, holding her purse, and tying her shoes. That's how all users are. A user knows how to, sleep good. He gets lots of practice sleeping with multiple women, so he's good in bed. We know that. He's good at holding your purse and tying your shoes and being handy around the house because he can't earn no money on his own. He ain't pulling his weight. So yeah, he's helpful. Remy being locked up and giving Papoose all the authority over her finances while still paying the rent and bills from prison, that is a dream every man would love. Any man that's a fucking user, this is his ideal situation. Because not only is she making his life comfortable, he has a place to live because of her. He's living in her property. She says she bought a couple, apartments or homes. She paid for it in cash. He has a place to live. She's paying the mortgage from jail. Cool. He ain't got to do that. I think all he has to pay for is the utilities. That's nothing. She's making his life comfortable from prison. But if she's locked up in prison, it also affords him the opportunity to sleep with multiple women while she's locked up. This nigga is living the life. This is what he benefited from. Why can't y'all see the game plan? Now, here's why I feel he's trying to get her set up to go back into prison. And Remy better be careful. Remy better watch her steps, watch her back. I'm not a Remy Ma fan, like I said before, but I see this shit clear as day. I'm trying to get y'all to see it. Pap is up to no good. One thing that caught my attention when he was talking about Remy on his live is that she's bipolar. Well, I thought we all knew that Remy had a bad temper. Her bad temper is the reason why she ended up serving those 8 years in prison. And let's just say she was actually, in fact, bipolar. She had bipolar disorder, which is a mental illness. If you really loved her as her husband, why would you joke about that? And furthermore, you, Papoose and Clarissa, y'all poke, provoke. Y'all know what y'all doing. Papoose knows that Remy has a temper. He knows how to push her buttons because she sits back and she's quiet. Y'all got to remember, Remy said when she came out of prison, She was already fighting with one of his baby mamas. You want to know why? Because he set the shit up. Papoose triangulates Remy with women, all types of low-level women that he been fucking in the streets. He hides them and keeps them on the low, but they all these women know he's with Remy. And what he does, he plays one against the other. And as long as Remy's in the picture, these low-level women will see themselves in competition with Remy. That's why they continue to sleep with Pap in spite of Remy. They have no respect for Remy or their relationship. But he, being the master manipulator, he has been playing Remy against these women since she was locked up. Because if she went to prison for trying to unalive her homegirl, you know Remy has a bad temper. She's temperamental. Why do you have her fighting your baby mama as soon as she comes home from prison? Pap, you set that shit up. You know, Pap to me, and I used to really like him. I don't like him anymore. Pap to me is a very insecure man. He's not handsome. He's not good looking. He's a gifted rapper. I think he's intelligent lyrically, but that's it. But let's be honest. He's not a good looking man. And I think he's insecure. I don't know what type of family. Remy mentioned his family's dysfunctional. I don't know the relationship with his mama, what type of woman she is, but he has some deep rooted insecurities because why is Remy fighting his baby mama? The rumor is he was sleeping with his baby mama while Remy was locked up, which means he was triangulating. I talk about triangulation. This is a number one tactic of the narcissist, to play people against each other, to feel in control, to stroke the ego. So if everybody knows that Remy is with Pap, they're a couple and Remy's locked up in prison, you as a fucking woman, why would you fuck Pap? Because you're a low-level narcissistic woman in competition with his wife. And Pap knows that. Pap seeks out women with low self-esteem, male-centered women that compete with other women, that help men abuse other women. So he puts Remy in dangerous situations with other women, triangulation. And he knows that Remy has a bad temper. So he gets this woman, whoever he's sleeping with, whoever the side chick is, weak-minded, devious, demonic, narcissistic, male-centered, pick-me-ass bitch, whoever the side chick is, he's had many of them. He will use her to do his bidding, his dirty work. And this woman, whoever the side chick is, will provoke Remy until Remy pops off. He's trying to get Remy back in prison because he benefited from Remy, her money, her situation when she was locked up. It allowed him the freedom to sleep around with multiple women. He was able to use her money, do what he wants. I'm telling y'all, he wants her back in prison. And Remy did say that he would try to take videos of her chastising her daughter, reprimanding her daughter. And then he would threaten Remy and tell her, that he would get the baby taken from her or call child protective services on her. Yeah, he's trying to line Remy up. I'm telling y'all. He wants her back in prison. But this time, now that they have a child, I could see him even getting her in trouble, taking full custody of the baby, suing Remy for child support, and getting her locked up, and having control over the finances. This nigga he's low down. I see the play. He's a big hustler. I hope Remy gets a good lawyer and gets the divorce finalized. Protect your child, because he's going to come for revenge. He's going to use the side piece. He's going to use his family, his daughter. He's going to build an alliance of male-centered pick-me women to come against Remy for breaking up and divorcing him. He wants her back in prison. Mark my words. And I don't believe he loves her at all. Nothing about this is love, the way that Papoose is moving.